Good morning, all you Midwestern mages. My name is Broderick Hanson. Love to finally welcome you back to the Minnesota's Magic Podcast Show. Joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts. You know one of them as that Mono Blue Menace. That's Dylan Hopman.
I play Burn, but whatever.
And the other one is that big, lovable oaf we call Battle Cruiser Blake.
I've started playing combo a little bit.
Oh, he's dark. He's dark side Blake. We only play aggro in this Discord. Get out.
Don't worry, I'm still playing aggro, but I got a little bit of combo.
All right. So, yes, we are finally back after all this time. We've just had a lot going on, and we've had a lot of full plates.
Yeah, for all 17 of our listeners.
Now, hold on. I've been advertising, all right?
It's only been 2 months.
It's been 4.
Oh, you have been advertising?
It's been 4. It's been 4 months. I know. I thought it was 2. I thought it was 2 as well. Yeah.
What was the last that we talked about? I think the last time we talked about was Kamigawa.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dylan's been trying to buy a house. I have a kid on the way.
Yeah, he's now Big Papa Battle Cruiser Blake.
I'll have my MTG dad moments later.
Oh, no. But yes, from now on, I think we're just going to start recording digitally because it's more convenient that way instead of meeting up.
Yeah, I think
live.
I think it'll also be better because we can actually put this recording on a podcast channel rather than YouTube.
That's true.
I think that might be easier also because most people that I've found that the way that YouTube is structured, you can't turn off your phone and then the podcast listens. You can still listen to it in the background like Spotify. So it might be what?
Unless you pay.
Unless you pay
for the
unless you shell that money out to
easier. It might just be to just do a podcast site that then it's like, hey, we can advertise our podcast. You can listen to this in the car, but you're not looking down at the cards we're putting on there. We're just going to be talking about them instead.
Right. So speaking of talking,
we don't have to pay for super expensive cameras.
Speaking of paying for super expensive things, Dean Kamen, let's talk about Double Masters today. The good, the bad, the expensive. My wallet hates me even more now.
Yep, it's gonna be an expendy one.
Oh, I think that's an understatement. Holy moly.
So it's definitely going to be the best set of the year, but I feel like there's a really big asterisk at the end of that.
Yes.
Hooray! Hooray reprints, and then you're like, oh boy, this set.
Wizards was like, we're never reprinting things, and we're like, hey, can we have a Consecrated Sphinx? We're like, yeah. Like, can we have a Crucible World? Yeah. Can we get Dockside? Yeah. And it's like, are we in the Twilight Zone? Like,
yeah.
What else do we throw?
How about Imperial Seal?
Food.
Sure, let's do that too.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold a minute. Give him Food Chain. No, wait, stop. Concordant Crossroads. Somebody get this man out of here.
Cavern of Souls. Yeah. Bitter Blossom. So many good. There's so many good reprints, but yeah, it's gonna be.
There's actually one card in here. What is this? Or the red one? Yep, Warrior's Oath, which this is the only other time it's been reprinted, or the only other time it's been printed, other than Portal 3 Kingdoms. And
same with Imperial Seal.
And same thing with Imperial Seal. But the price of Warrior's Oath, it was over $2,000, and now it's plummeted. Yeah. The Portal 3 Kingdoms one is plummeted to $400.
Yeah,
that's all of Portal 3 Kingdom.
Right. That's because I think the art, it's like at that point you're going for either art or availability, and people are like, I have to dump this. But I think a lot of these prices, like the older cars, the collector stuff, they'll eventually come back up. But it's collectors, they're going to complain. But me, as the guy who likes to play this game, and I'm not too big on collecting, I have some of my nest eggs. But me who wants to I don't want to drop $2,000 on an extra turn spell for something that's going to kill me, that I'm going to put in one deck that's Obeka, because it won't kill me.
Right.
But yeah.
But that's, also... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, quick question. Are we at the end of spoiler season for this?
There are a few cards they haven't spoiled yet, but those are commons, I believe.
I thought the whole thing got spoiled now. I thought it's all out there.
I think so. Yeah, it was supposed to be spoiled yesterday, so I believe the entire set is full. Yeah, the entire set is fully revealed.
At this time, 6:25, as of the recording of this video, we believe the entire set has been spoiled.
Yes,
That is to be
625.
determined.
579 cards. Well,
Yep.
that's probably with doubled
That is
up too, but
But
Yeah,
let's get a quick
still.
a lot of
census
cards.
of what you think. Starting with Blake, what do you think of the set? Like it? Love it? Throw it in the
Um,
trash.
I mean I really like it. I would say I probably love it. There's definitely some things that I would love to pick up. Boxes absolutely not, but singles for sure. There's going to be some good things to put in my commander decks because this is a very very commander centric reprint set. It got a few modern staples and whatnot, but I feel like this was straight up like, hey, commander players, look at all these reprints. So I love it. The things I don't like is the price and some of the variances on the rares, but overall, I think I love the reprint set.
Dylan, like it? Love it? Throw it in the trash.
Oh boy. You know what? From the perspective of a secondary market, this is a great set because there are a lot of cards in here, modern specifically cards that needed reprints and the price needed to come down. And I think that the buy-in for new players especially and players that are interested in building decks around cards like Force of Negation and Cavern of Souls, so now your tribe and your control decks they just get a lot cheaper. I think that that's good for those prices to come down for sure. Sucks for me because I have all those cards already, and hopefully my cards don't come down. Hopefully it doesn't affect the prices too much, but I still would
They'll
like to see
drop.
more people jump into the format. I think they'll drop, and then after 3 months, it'll go back up, and then they'll probably won't
Yeah.
reprint these cards for another 4 years, and then they'll be fine.
Yeah,
But
especially with like that thing if like Wizards is actually shorting these boxes. I think we'll have that initial like 2-3 weeks into this, everything's dirt cheap, and then it's like, oh, Double Masters is out of print, and then it'll all
yeah.
skyrocket.
I also
short
think.
term.
No, go for it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Go for it.
short term, I think your investments are going to go down, but long term, I think that they're going to pick back up a lot. And
Yeah.
when it comes to like the boxes and stuff like that, my biggest thing about buying boxes, I kind of put my foot down on Wizards of the Coast in the last like year. I will never buy another box of Magic the Gathering cards to just crack and open packs like candy, because especially this box, because from a buying packs perspective, this is one of the worst boxes I've ever seen, only because there is so much space between your rare pulls and your mythic pulls. Like, I mean, you can pull Dockside Extortionist, or you can pull Cedrus, the Trader King, which is a $3 mythic, or you can pull any of these rares. Like, I can pull Top, or I can pull Rurik Thar, which is a 77-cent rare. There is.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no in between. It feels like you're either pulling super high or you're pulling absolutely nothing. It's like just right in the crapper, because it's like, and it's loot boxing. It's loot boxes at this point, because what it's and they stuff the packs, and they put the cards in there, so the scarcity and how many of those cards are going out there is on them. They know. But we don't. But we just crack packs. But the price tag for the packs doesn't seem to justify what's in the packs.
For sure. And I really think some of the middle of the road, like rares and stuff like that, like a Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth, like he's not a huge commander, but like
It's expensive.
It's like a $17, $20 card, some $20 card, but it's only that expensive because of the limited amount of printing. So I think a lot of these cards, if it does flood the market enough, it's going to balance out a lot of what these cards should be. Because it's like, no one's really looking for Grand Arbiter, that really, I would say. I mean, it's just kind of like...
Now hold your horses. I'm still looking for a Grand Arbiter. I want to make your lives horrible, all right? I'll do it. Don't tempt me.
So,
or like a Panharmonicon's going to go down, which is nice. And Oracle of Moldiah. I don't know why that card... I mean, I get why it keeps going up, but like it comes down for a minute and then it goes right back up, and it comes down for a minute, it comes right
It's
back
only
up.
had like 2 printings. That was Zendikar and Jumpstart, and right now it's
Yeah.
sitting at about $10. So
Oh, really? I thought it was up more, but
I thought it was more too. I just checked. Yeah, it's about $10. So a couple of these rares are like hit or miss. Like the big ones are like Tithe, and Surgical Extraction, and a lot. Like most of them, you're either hitting for the rares. The high ends are either 10 to 20, and then
Mhm.
it's just everything below that. But you guys pretty much hit all the points I was going to hit on. Where it's like, yes, I look at the set. There are a lot of nice reprints for Commander. An asinine amount for Commander that are good, that haven't seen the day of light in a long time. It's good to see these. But then I'm looking at Modern too, because I'm a fringe Modern player in and out, where I see like Surgical Extraction, Culligan's Command, Hardening Scales,
Yeah.
Damnation. Hey, cool. I like that. Bloom Tender's in here. Bloom Tender's been fluctuating for like a $23 card, 23 to 30
Renin
bucks.
6.
Renin 6.
Renin 6 is the most expensive card in the format right now for Magic. I
Yeah.
think yeah, Brennan 6 is like
Yes,
approaching.
it is.
I think at the time before it got announced, it was approaching $100.
I think it
I
was at $100,
for-
like 100 and
Base version non-foil, that is the most expensive card in the format.
I mean, but the thing with Modern, like those are good prints, but they're also like pre-Modern Horizons 2 Modern cards, and Modern Horizons 2 is just absolutely dominating all of the format. At least what I'm noticing when I'm playing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think these cards are going to make a huge impact of being back in Modern, but it might make it, available to do some of those older cards, but I really don't think they're going to have a huge impact on the Modern market, because I think the buy-in's still going to be super high just because of Modern Horizons 2.
Yeah, so like at the point where they revealed the Renin 6, he was at about $100, and now he's dropped $40.
Yeah, but that's normal to happen when they pre-release prices. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, I got to sell all my cards." They kind of go a little stir crazy. For me, like personally, I would say just hold on to your cards. If you have any of these cards that are getting reprinted, just hold on to them. They'll probably get reprinted in the future, but I wouldn't expect these cards to get reprinted, every set. So
Never
I
sell
would
your
say
cards unless you need money.
unless
Yeah.
you need money. If you need to pay for rent, time to sell your cards.
Yep. But
Here's another problem I have with the set, and I didn't touch on this before, but they announced the textured foils, and they're only doing it to 5 cards. That bothers me. I was reading a post that Wizards put out, and it looks like Liliana, Renin 6, and then the 3 Eldrazi Titans are the only cards you can pull in the textured foil.
Like the etched stuff?
Yeah, no. Like they announced that new special textured foiling, like that rainbow foil that they were putting out. Only
Mhm.
those 5 cards can get that. And that bothers me. That's like I would love to pull it. I was actually super excited because when I was looking at, buying secondary market, I wanted to pick up I was going to pick up a textured foil of a couple of these cards. A lot of these cards look so good. They painted them so their art
a
is
nice
just
top, a nice
fantastic.
altar.
I wanted a Muldrotha. I wanted a Muldrotha, and I wanted to get Panharmonicon, and I wanted to get Vidalcan Ori for my Baron deck. And I thought that those would be just fantastic ads to throw in there, because the Vidalcan Ori looks so good. It looks so good. And I'm totally gonna get it in foil. But like I wish that they had done textured foiling for all of these cards that they put in their that they chose for their alternate arts, especially since they're reprinting Imperial Seal. If they're gonna reprint Imperial Seal, do the nice foiling for it.
Yeah. Like you can actually see on like I have the list here. It's Liliana, Renin 6, and then the 3 Eldrazi they have. Those are the only ones it looks like that are getting that treatment, which it's as the guy who has the colorless Eldrazi deck. I gotta see how much those cards, because right now previews are like, oh, here's $600 for this card. Really hoping. Yeah.
Well, and you can only use 2 of them because Emrakul is banned in
and that's the only 2.
so.
Yeah, that's what I'm only going to get. But Yeah, I like me personally. I like the set. It's cool. We're getting a lot of this stuff, but I feel like a box is a total effing scam. And I feel like in the long
Mhm.
run, I am going to. I at that point, I'm going to be spending $300 on a regular draft box. I might as well just buy the singles I want
Right.
and not. And it's like if you're getting the box, you're pretty much fishing for like a lot of those alternate arts because a lot of the alternate arts do come in the box. You're fishing for that. That's what you're
Mhm.
doing, and you like to chase the game, and that's fine. That's cool, but I feel like it's a better cost wise to spend at most an alternate art of Kozilek at that like non etched. It's probably going to be $100, give or take, maybe, or between 50 and 100, and just buy the two I need, and then a top, which will probably be like 20. Smothering tile will probably be like 15 to 20, something like that. Like a lot of these will drop and be
Are,
good.
are they doing box toppers?
No,
They're not even
Nope.
doing box toppers.
not for no.
Nope.
That's pretty ridiculous.
I believe you get
That
like
was the best part of Double Masters 1.
I
It
believe you get
was.
like a certain like or buy a box promo.
Mm.
I I might be wrong on that, and I think it's like of like the promos, like Imperious Great Maw and Etched or whatever.
Sure.
Not like the Commander Etched foiling they're doing,
Okay.
but yeah, like some of the reprints I'm excited for, like because we're talking
should
about like
we
modern.
should we just get into like
Yes.
some of like I don't know, we can just talk about a couple of our favorite cards.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was doing. It's like let's get into some of these reprints where some things like we talked about modern, and something I'm at work on my breaks at doing these third shifts, and I go on Reddit and I go on all this stuff, and I've been noticing like a lot of people complaining about there's not a whole lot of modern staples, and I'm like, yeah, there's a few like Lightning Bolt, Swift Spear, Culligan's Command, which is nice, which I think is awesome, and there was a fourth one on the top of my mind. We were just talking about it. Shoot,
Bloom Tender?
no, not
Aether
Bloom
Vial?
Tender. Yeah, Aether Vial. That was another one. That was it.
Pithing Needle?
But oh yeah, Pithy Needle and then Red and Six. But it's like, yeah, those are like the top quote unquote modern cards. But people are like complaining. It's like, oh, there aren't enough modern staples. And it's like, no, you're complaining because you want your fetch lands. Oh, Surgical Extraction. That's what it was. But
Hmm.
people want the Elementals reprinted. People want the Ragavans reprinted. People want the top decks in modern right now to get their reprints.
Well, it's because they're so expensive. I mean,
They all. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and I get
you're
that.
paying $2,500 for a deck
Yes.
to be competitive.
But I feel
Right.
like we're at this point too, where it's like I saw that and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's that. But then I see the new kid on the block, Pioneer. I'm like, these are a lot of reprints to get Pioneer decks up and running.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of good cards in this set. Like that's just the thing. Is like there's so many cards in modern, and I think that for people like right after MH2 comes out, now they're like, we need a reprint of Ragavan. We need reprints of the Elementals. Like,
Yeah.
well, you know what? You just have to just kind of suffer through it like everyone did Oko for a while.
Mhm.
Not call for him to be reprinted and just sit and just wait. Or, I don't know, just play decks that counter those things. There
Yeah.
are modern decks that counter elementals.
Oh, yeah.
Like and especially sideboard cards. There are great sideboard cards that do it. I think it's the God, why can't I think right now? It's just there's an artifact that literally keeps you from getting enter the battlefield triggers. That
First
auto,
Totem? No, that's activate abilities.
yeah.
Void Mirror?
It's like
No.
no,
No.
it's not Void Mirror.
We play Magic, lads. We're professionals.
Yeah.
I know what it is. Oh, Torpor Orb. There it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. The orb.
Warp
We gotta-
Orb's good. Which is, if you know what, maybe that could have been a card that should have been reprinted in this set too.
Yeah, I
is
would have
Torpor
liked that.
Orb. That would have been
Take
neat.
out
Fence
maybe one of
Grid would have been
the
nice.
take out one of the like maybe Dark Steel Plate. Get rid of that. Put in Torpor Orb. That would have been nice.
Dark Steel Plate's getting up there. I bought that card when it was 50 cents and now it's $15.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
kinda
Pithy
nuts,
Needle
man,
because Pithy
it's-
Needle just got a reprint in Innistrad.
Dude, Pithy Needle went from being a $12 card to a 10-cent rare.
Yep.
And
then-
I bought them when Midnight Hunt came out because they dropped down to $2. And now they're reprinting it again. And it's like, oh my God, just crazy what because the thing is that we are not in control of what gets printed. But when stuff does get printed, it drastically changes prices on cards.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I
I'm.
mean,
Oh,
oh,
go
go
for it.
ahead. Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as the battle cruiser player, and I know I said I was playing a little bit of combo, but that's in modern. But in my commander decks, I am super hyped for Bloodford Battle Axe to be
yeah.
reprinted because that's an expensive card, and that's right up my alley.
Dude, I remember getting Bloodforged out. I think I pulled Bloodforged Battle Axe out of one of the first packs I ever got. And that card is so good.
It's so fun.
And the art, dude, the alt art for it is so
It
good.
looks sweet. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I mean, this is we talked about it before we started recording, but I'm super hyped for the full art alt art bounce lands. Like I just like playing bounce lands, and the art on all of those are so good.
Mhm.
I mean, if you're a big Ravnica fan, which I like Ravnica, I know Dylan, you're not a huge fan of it, but
It's okay. It's not my favorite set. Certainly isn't a good D&D setting, but that's a topic for another video.
but
Hey
so
man, my
good.
campaigns aren't that bad.
We just kind of
That
fell
is
out of it.
that's not the discussion of the day.
And then Blood Artist looks sweet.
That new
Like,
art, I love it.
yeah.
That's as the weebs say, the waifu bait right there, lads. And I might have
Blood
already bought
Artist,
80
and then
copies of it.
the alt art. I mean, there's like some of the cards that like I definitely want to get the alt art of, but like Flicker Wisp. What was the other one that I was looking at? That I
Hey,
was like,
look, Spell Pierce is in this set.
Mole Drifter. It's got alt art. Man, there's so many good like cheap ones that
Chaos
have
Warp.
good alt art. Chaos Warp. The Chaos Warp art is sweet. Oh, that's it. The Burning Tree Emissary. That art is so freaking good. Like it looks so good. And then I've been like debating of making like a shaman deck for modern and doing like Burning Tree Emissary, and then the one that doubles up shaman triggers. I can't
yeah.
think of
Oh, Harmonic Prodigy.
yeah, Harmonic Prodigy. So it's just like getting a buttload of mana and then doing something like Ave and just making a bunch
Yeah.
of oozes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooze Storm.
Yeah.
Seems kind of fun.
Dude, my favorite cards in here. Oh my god, Bloodbraid Elf looks so good. Oh, dude, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
my favorite art out of all of these cards. Bloodbraid Elf looks so good. They, the artists that they choose for this. If there's one thing that Wizards of the Coast never flaunts on, it is their art. The art of their cards is stellar every
sweet.
single time.
It's
That was
sweet that they
actually-
brought a bunch of older people back.
Dude,
Yeah,
this
they
is
brought a dude out of retirement to come paint some of
Dude.
this shit.
Smothering Tithe. Oh,
That's so
it's
thematic.
so good.
I wish the flavor text on Smothering Time for the alt art was like, would you like to pay? That would have been the best card ever.
He's got all of the he's got all five colored rings on his finger,
He has
and
the
he's just got
Moxons.
that he's got all the Moxon on his fingers. He's got the decrepit, that
Except-
decrepit like evil tax
He's that
collector look
guy.
at him.
Dylan, it's
Yeah.
that guy.
It's just that guy.
I still like
Just-
the puking guy, but that's just me.
That's just hilarious. No, I
Sorry,
love the
I got
pithy.
one more. Go ahead, Brody.
I love the pithy needle art, but it's like, yeah, a lot of this art's cool. I'm like, hey, what does Ultra Pro have for the mats coming out? And I was very disappointed to where it's only like Chaos Warp, Imperial Seal, and then Mana Drain. Those are the only arts for mats we're getting besides like the large play mat, which is all three Eldrazi next to each other.
That's pretty
it.
sweet though.
That's sweet, but I'm getting the Eldrazi mat, but it's like you have so much here that you could have, like the pithy needle, the blood braid elf, Muldrotha. I
Dude,
was shocked.
Muldrotha is the best.
I was
Dude, it's
shocked.
so good.
There's no Muldrotha art or like playmat where it's like, all right, well,
There is now.
there's gonna be. Wizards, don't at me. But go ahead, Blake.
Okay.
I was
Here's
gonna
the
say.
funniest thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
God dang it. I just want to say the art on Quasali Pride Mage is really good too. Like
Of course. There's the
it look-
cat. Was
it
waiting
looks
for
like
it. I would have hit that timer.
it only took me 25 minutes. But it looks like a cat's about to sneeze, and that makes me laugh.
It
But
looks like it belongs in a van.
but I definitely need to get that because the cat deck just is kind of going like all my alternate art stuff too.
Hmm.
And it's just
Privileged position, guys. Oh,
privileged possession. I don't know what that card is. And I don't know
privileged. It's right next to Kasali Pride Mage on Scryfall. Privileged position is it's a green white. Other permanents you control have hexproof. It is.
Oh yeah.
I was actually debating on getting this card a while back for my deck, and I ended up not getting it because at the time it was $30. And this reprint now, I was like, now I'm kind of considering it, but I don't have a green white deck anymore. So, but the art for that card looks so good. You know, these I don't know. And my question is, why is the pre-order price for Muldrotha's art $20, but the pre-order price for Bloodbraid Elf $27? That's I don't
Waifu
know.
bait. She's the waifu, dude. It waifu. Take it from
Yeah,
the weeb in the group. Total
and
waifu right
it's-
there.
I think it's because of the modern play.
Oh yeah.
Muldrotha, the people who play Muldrotha already have their Muldrotha.
Dude, Assassin's Trophy.
Why did I go on TCG? I don't want to spend $1,000 on a textured foil Kozilek.
Mulligan's Command.
I was happy to see Teneb
so
reprinted.
good.
Oh, there's a lot of good reprints in here,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, there's a lot of really crappy ones.
Yeah, like I would be so upset if I pulled a Pull from Tomorrow or a Restoration Angel or a Revelark. Oh my gosh.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the other thing too. Like, going off of that, you know, how much are the base packs
Right.
per pack?
Aren't they going for like 20
Looking right now.
roughly?
Collectors are 75 right now in TCG a pop.
Yeah, that's disgusting. How much are regulars?
Well, we're in the here we go. $20 a pop.
They're $20. Okay. Well, you know, that's not as bad then, but you know, still, I mean, if you don't, you know, even if you pull a $7 or a $15 card, you did not make your money back. You know, the reason you pull packs is because you want to pull something that was worth more than the pack you bought,
Right.
and a lot of these cards do not that is not a justifiable price to buy it at.
No, it's definitely not.
You know,
Dude, you don't want
unless
a
you pull a
Tarka's
Mana Ball.
Command and a Rishkar as your two rares from your $20 pack for your two rares.
I mean,
Gosh, that would be
dude,
rough.
this Crucible of Worlds is fire.
Oh,
That
yeah.
alt art Crucible of Worlds is so good.
I know that's going to be a pickup because that's got to go in Lord Kitty Cat, Lord
Yeah.
Windgrace.
Yeah.
Because
And
if
then-
it
and
drops
then-
enough, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that enough of these get into circulation where they are at least affordable for the first couple weeks. Like even if it drops like I don't know, half of the price on a lot of these.
Oh, half would be amazing.
Yeah.
It's like paying $5 for paying $20 for a place that has surgical extractions. That would be-
you know, just to help out the market a little bit, just because everything is so expensive. But like, yeah, it's just I'm hoping for some good pulls by other people, so that way they can get
Yeah.
all those cards out there.
Yeah, I think my two pickups for sure are going to be the Panharmonicon and the Vidalcanori for sure. Vidalcanori, that is my favorite art of the set. The big globe. Oh, dude, that is getting it. I'm getting that in foil, and it's going right in Baron.
Dude, he's pondering his orb.
That's why. That's why I'm getting it.
He saw his orb. He
He's
had to ponder it.
He's pondering the monster orb.
Man, you gotta ponder the orb.
So good.
For me, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna pick up a couple of quote unquote staples that I need for commander decks that I try and put in all of them, like Top, Crucible. Hopefully, I get a vault for the deck for the Kozilek deck, and then like a Phyrexian Altar and then the Kozileks. Other than that, I have so many of these cards where it's just like I'll probably pick up a couple alt arts I like Wildrotha, Rampant Growth, uh, maybe Culligan's Command if I can get my hands on it. But it's like the Concordant Crossroads. Shoot, they just released that secret layer. I have 4 of those coming. That's one of the things that got me. Where it's like they just did a secret layer of this, and I have like 4 foils coming on the way. And the artists who did it, both the arts are cool in this set, but I'm gonna go with the nice foil ones that I only had to pay $30 to get.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a Chronicles printing of it.
Yeah, the original, but
the original was Legends, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's still
the Legends printing is still $300.
I really wish they would have like done more Enchant Worlds. I think that would have been fun, or a different Enchant World. But that's
ones that aren't green.
I'm old. I mean, even if it was like Hall of Gemstones, I would have been like, oh, that's so funny. Like, just like cards that, I don't know, that just are more abstract. For some, replace some of these ones.
Enchant World, your creatures have banding. Blake, you would have lost your mind.
I would have. I would have absolutely. I played my banding deck last night. It did not win, but it had a good laugh.
His guy at the store. Who asked for this? That man, right over there, the one playing the banding deck right now. But I think we need to talk about the one new card they're reprinting, and that's the Cryptic Spires. What do you guys think of this land? The comes in play tapped, pick 2 colors. It taps for one of those 2.
I think it's put in there for people who want to draft this set.
That's pretty much what it is.
I feel like that's why. But here's the thing, like low key, I think that's why they put it in there. But that is a really good tap land for Pauper.
Oh yeah, because it's pretty common.
Because it is common. Yeah, so you just make a deck that's 2 colors. All right, I'll just circle those 2 colors, and I'll put 4 of those in my deck. That's pretty. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a neat idea. I think that it's interesting because most tournaments you're not allowed to use, marked cards, but this literally says mark your cards. So I'll say, create your own deck, circle 2 of the colors. I think this is there for drafting. Like, that's
100%.
That is why it's there. But if every pack had a Cryptic Spires in it, then you'd be like, okay,
right.
But yeah, I mean, I think it could see play in. I think it would see play in maybe Pauper, because it doesn't have as many dual lands per se. But you'll never see that in a Commander game, I don't think.
Oh, hold on. It's a land that fixes your color. It's another dual tap, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many cards that already do that.
How many like multicolored decks are there really in Pauper? I feel like for the most part they're usually a monocolored, and I feel like the format's getting too fast for tap lands.
Right, but here's the thing: is that I think that the reason why there's not as many multicolored decks in Pauper, because there aren't as many dual lands for those colors at the common level. Sure. So like your bounce lands, those are all uncommons.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those lands. Most dual lands are either uncommon or rare. There are not a whole lot of commons that do that. So the addition of Cryptic Spires, I think, is going to be a big thing for Pauper decks that would be like, oh, I'd love to run this color, but my mana base is just going to be so limited. But like you say, I think that Pauper's getting faster, being a faster format. I think that's a good segue into, I believe, what Blake and I are thinking is the next topic here, which is the new Pauper cards that got printed at this level.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been just kind of dabbling with Pauper a little bit. I'm just like, maybe I could try it. And there are definitely some cards that I'm like, yeah, we got to get some of those cards and maybe build a deck around it. Like, I'm looking at the Monetary Swiftspear. I'm looking at You were saying, is it Charm earlier? And I was like, yeah, that would be pretty
Is it
sweet.
Charm?
Um,
There's Is It Charm? There's and then I believe it's the Bugler,
mhm.
and then there's
Also, Seeker
Jeskai
of the
Elder.
Waves. If you want to go
See,
Jeskai deck.
This is where I'm like, yes, the one of the 5 or the 18 formats I don't play. Popper. I am lost, lads.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the format very well. I know Mono Blue is one of the bigger ones in Pauper right now. And when I was playing Commander last night, and I was playing against a Tatiova deck that was all commons and uncommons, or just all commons. It was a Pauper like Commander deck, and
Yeah.
that freaking deck,
So
he won 3 games in a row.
so the best decks, that you'll see in like Pauper right now, it used to be artifact decks, but because they banned a Tog, that deck is nowhere near as good. But you'll see lists like Tron. Tron is definitely a Pauper
Yep,
deck because
yep.
all those lands are common.
Mhm.
It is a green Tron. It is a lot of big green creatures that you just want to get out and beat face with. It
Mhm.
is a very aggro heavy format. You don't see a whole lot of commons in there, except for fairies. Fairies is a really, really good control deck in that meta because their counterspell fairy is super good for what you're playing it for. It's a counterspell on a creature. You play it, and you could increase how much it's countering. If you have a lot of fairies, because there's a lot of fairies that are printed at common.
Mhm.
So I think you see a lot of very unique decks. It's definitely the format where anything goes. You kind of you can throw a lot of just random BS together and you can have a deck that does something. If you have a deck that's built and it has a strategy and it has combo potential, then you have yourself a Pauper deck, because most decks do that. Even the best ones, you're just like, I have this random assortment of creatures. Let's throw this together and see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about building, because I played Is It Blitz a little bit in Modern, and I liked it. Like, I played someone else's deck. I didn't have the deck, but and that was really fun. So I'm thinking about Is It Blitz for a Pauper deck would be really fun.
Yeah, and I was thinking the exact same thing, especially with cards like Monastery Swiftspear and Jeskai Elder. Jeskai Elder got printed at common too, and that is a 2-mana 1/2 with prowess. That when she deals combat damage, you draw a card, discard a card. So you're getting filter out of it, and you're getting a lot of good stuff out of it. Especially for Pauper, when Pauper is not a fast format, and you're like, you don't expect on turn 2, Monastery Swiftspear to swing at you for 5 or 6 damage. But if you're putting, and this is also a deck where I don't think that with Monastery Swiftspear being put in, it's going to be put into a burn deck per se. But I think it's just going to be I'm going to pump this creature up and swing like Blitz, like you were talking about.
Exactly. Just opt Ponder, or not Ponder, the new one, the Consider, like.
Oh yeah, the not Delve. What's that mechanic from Ravnica? The Dimir one, Surveil.
Oh yeah, and just I feel like you could definitely pop off super hardcore with like a good Is It deck and Pauper right now.
Yeah,
like with a lot of these
100%.
reprints.
The
Yeah,
only
Sorry,
card
I'm
that I
looking
want
at
to see,
cards.
the one card I want to see so bad printed at common is Young Pyromancer. Man, I want to see that card printed
Oh
at
my
common.
gosh.
They'll never do it. They'll
No.
never do it. That would break the format for sure.
Hold
But
on.
I
I
want to
thought
see
Young
it so
Pyromancer
bad.
has a common printing. It doesn't.
I think it's only
It does
uncommon.
not. It's only uncommon. I think it got printed at rare once. Yeah, but in this Chandra spell book. But no,
Yeah, but
it's
I think
an
all
uncommon.
of those were rare technically, but doesn't matter.
All right.
But
Well,
Nobody's
I think
really
we
looking.
Yeah, I think we should start wrapping this up because we did miss a chunk of time. So I think we're just gonna like rapid fire through some of these.
Sure.
New Capenna, what'd you think of it?
Terrible.
Terrible. Oh my
The lore
gosh.
was lore was bad. The lore was bad. It had some neat cards, but I think overall it's an arguably forgettable set. Because the thing is that the way that Wizards, I think it's every set is going to be terrible until they slow their roll and stop releasing so many sets. Like, I don't even remember Kamigawa. I remember one or two cards from that set and nothing else. Its set is gone. You know, and then even with the Capenna. Capenna came and went. You know, as soon as Capenna was like 2 months in, you're starting to get all these spoilers for Double Masters 2, and now everybody's jumped off the bandwagon. And I think it's getting a little old. I've stopped buying Magic almost altogether lately. I haven't bought Magic in almost 2 months. You know, I think the last thing I bought was I bought a draft booster box for Capenna, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
I
I need a break.
disagree. I disagree. I think Capenna was really fun.
Hold on, Blake. Before you get in, is it because there was a lot of cats and cat support cards?
It was
Not
not.
at all.
That was a reason. I liked some of the cats. I honestly didn't do a whole lot with cats because they had hair, like human hair, and it kind of threw me off. It was kind of weird. And a lot of them cared about like citizens and stuff, and I didn't. They didn't care about cats as much, which is what the cat deck is. It's a tribal deck. I need cats that can care about other cats, not citizens. But I did like Jetmir and Ginny Fey. I built the Ginny Fey deck that is fun. Dylan's played it, and it can do things.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
Um,
very good deck. I'm not saying that all of the set was bad. I mean, there are certainly diamonds in the rough in every set, but I feel like the way that they've been printing them as of late, there's too much bad in a set for me to justify getting, the whole thing. I can't justify, like, it's the same thing with this set. I can't justify buying a box of Magic cards when all 18 packs I could pull could be just bad. If I wanted to buy, I'll just buy singles. I will buy singles. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with what the professor tells me, and it's gonna be buying singles.
I
and
agree
that's
with
the thing
that.
is, like,
That's
there's
smart.
just so
That
much.
works.
I agree with that, but I also think what mainly the point of like all of the influx of products is you're missing cards that like could be really good, or like I don't know, like there, and so many legends and stuff like that that make it hard to like know about all of them. And it's just the influx of product and the influx of the amount of cards. It's hard to keep track of them all. But overall, I'm going back to just like my love for Capenna. I like 3-color sets. I had a really fun time opening a box. I pulled my Sensei's top out of it. I've pulled an Exquisite Blood. And I know those are list cards. They're not actually the cards, but like the cards that I did pull, I pulled like Rafine's really fun. Quasar, I think his name is, the one that like whenever you draw it drains your opponents. I was like, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Ginny Fey is really fun. Jetmir is really fun. Zatora is really like I did build quite a few Capenna cards, or like built around decks that have a lot of the Capenna cards, and I think they're really fun.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you pull top too?
Yeah, he did. He
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
that.
Yep, I mentioned that
God.
I pulled top out of there. Yeah, which was just great. I don't know. I had a really fun time pulling cards, and everything is, I would say some of the things are overcosted for what they do, but I'm also the kind of player that like doesn't care. I just want the fun thing. So I think there was a lot of fun things. I don't think it had a big impact on a competitive level, but I definitely think that there was a lot of fun things that came out of Capenna, and 3-color sets are like right up my alley because I just like options, and I really liked Capenna. I thought Capenna was great.
All right.
Question: why was Amanatsu the only planeswalker that got reprinted from her set block?
She was
Why
a
didn't they
commander.
reprint the other three?
I don't know.
No, I know, but there was 3 other boxes of Commander. Why didn't all those 3 get reprinted?
I'm not the one who's in charge of reprinting stuff, but let's get onto it. All right, so the secret layers, the secret layer X Street Fighter thing with like the chibis, some of the Kamigawa stuff, and those lands and those the hideaway lands. What'd you guys think of that?
Nah.
Eh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Street Fighter one was cool. The rest of them, nah.
Okay, I bought
Street Fighter
2
was
from there.
neat. Street Fighter was neat. It had some unique cards, but like I'd never buy it. I don't buy secret layers.
I buy more of those now, but I bought a couple from there just because like I like some of this stuff. The April one, and that one had the Streets of New Capenna, like Atraxa and those commanders.
Oh, and Brea and
Brea. That one also had like the Concordant Crossroads, the Elvish Mystic, the Cavern of Souls, that kind of stuff. What'd you guys think of that one?
I thought it was like good choices for cards. Some of them were, I can't even remember all of them because there's so much that comes out, but the product it was okay. I think there was some that maybe I would have picked up, but I haven't bought any yet. Like I have to really dig a secret layer to want to get it, not just like, oh, I wanted that Concordant Crossroads. I would have loved to have it, but it there was decent value in them, but I feel like secret layers are, like I said, you gotta really, really like it to want it. I am sick of the 5 basic lands for $30 too, but
yeah. I think that they should add like a 5th card to half of these. Like I don't know why they don't print like 5 cards in them.
Sometimes certain boxes will come with like a 5th hidden thing, like the stained glass or like some neat reprint that goes with it.
Wait, but yeah, we're talking about the new ones, right? The new secret layers that they announced.
No, we're talking about the last one. The
before this last drop.
But that's what I was about to get to. I was about to get the new one because the new one I like a lot because there's one the Chris Ron that has 2 cards that I'm really hyped for. That's
the one Kozilek and the Platinum Angel.
Yeah.
What was the one that has Marchesa? I think is the one that kind of had my interest, if I remember right.
It's because of the cat. It's because of Brymas, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it does have Brymas. I honestly like. There were the Pride one I do like. I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious to like the Bearscape one. The art is just so great. I really wish.
Oh, the Pride that was that. Yeah, but the Pride one, I like it. I like the art. It's good for what it stands for. It helps that it's going to a really good organization. The money is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like with Dylan, it's like if I'm going to buy a secret layer, there has to be something in there that it has to call and pull to me. And I looked at the cards. I'm like, I'm not going to be making up my money back except for that one land. Yeah. And it's like at that point, if I'm just going to donate to them instead of like giving them like, oh, I buy the foil. Yeah. They get $20. I would rather just give them $40 then at that point.
Yeah.
But
right.
The current like June super drop, I think it's cool. It's like this Mystic Remora art and Burgeoning. Those arts are pretty cool. But I do agree with the whole land thing because I love those Tokyo lands. I wish they were doing like with the astrology land where it's like, oh, hey.
You can pay a little extra to get more.
Pay a little extra and I get a play set. I would, because it's like, all right, that's $120. And I'm going for like the non-foil, $30. That's 4 sets. Yeah, that adds about up, but I would just like it all in one thing instead of getting like 4 effing boxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the
Livia Prima one, the art series that has like Akroma, Mikaeus, Olivia, and Glissa. Like the art is really good. I really like the art, but I mean Akroma's not a good card, really.
No.
Olivia's fine.
Glissa's fine. It's
fine.
It's all in Mikaeus. It's all Mikaeus all day long. But
I want to talk about the one secret layer that I'm actually like. This is the first time I've ever actually considered buying a secret layer.
Dylan's hyped. Lay it on us, Dylan. What do you like?
It's only one, and it is
Baga.
It is Vulcan Baga. It is the artist series.
You just want the patron wizard, isn't it?
It is. It's a patron wizard and Berserk. I love Vulcan Baga's cards, dude. He is my favorite artist in this
That's
game.
him. He is the patron wizard. He painted himself.
I know he did. That's why I thought it was hilarious. Because when I looked
Chad
at those
move
cards,
right
I was like,
there.
"Oh my god, he's on there! What a Chad, dude!" Okay, Castle Ardenvale, and I mean, there's so many good cards that he's done. Academy Elite. I mean, and I what was my favorite one? He even did Edgar Markov. He did the art
That's
for
right,
Edgar.
he
He did the
did.
art for Edgar Markov, both versions of him. And my favorite one was Bastion of Remembrance.
Mm,
Just the one guy on top of the tower.
yeah, for sure.
His art is so good, and I think
Yeah.
that I might get the foil version of that. But
That's
but
pretty
that's
nice.
just my little excitement about art series cards.
Yeah.
I thought it was so neat.
Did anyone
love that he
pick
put
up
his face on there,
Baldur's
too.
Gate?
No.
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 I picked up a few singles.
Baldur's
There was
Gate. What's that? What
Had
do you
these
mean
singles
Baldur's
that were
Gate?
fun?
I
The
believe
owlbear
that's-
art is cute.
I think that's called Diet Commander Legends, if I'm not mistaken. Not even like the good diet. It's like you go to Walmart and you're like, I'm gonna eat some Diet Dr. Pepper. Shoot, they're all
Brand
out.
Diet.
I guess I'll get Diet Dr. Thunder. He's about to prescribe me 50 cc's of deliciousness.
Oh, come on.
I
Nature's
think it was
Lore got
worse.
reprinted.
Nature, yeah, it's like there's a couple good singles in there and some
Blade
neat
of
things
Selves
for
was
Commander.
fun.
Blade of Selves. Some of the dragons are pretty cool, like that red one that just makes an asinine
That-
amount of treasure.
I don't care about that one.
the
I like the
blue
white
one-
one.
The blue one, of course, you like the white one. The blue one where you roll a d20 and you draw X whenever the d20 rolls. So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But
I don't know. I think it's a fun set too, but
Yeah.
I don't like the backgrounds. I don't like the idea
no,
of having
the-
an enchantment in your command zone.
that's kind of weird. The bear is cool. If
I did play against the bear, Willis or whatever.
yeah, it's a bear. There he is. It's that boy. He's just a little dude.
The owl bear is adorable.
The owl bear is pretty.
I want that as a playmat. I'm pretty sure they did a playmat of it, and I want that owl bear playmat.
Can I go quick? I'm gonna quick run back to the patron wizard quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The card art, dude. I don't know if you guys hit the flavor text of that into the Google Translator, but it's in German. It says,
Yep.
"Always watch out for the shadows of the old masters. They were there before you, and they will be there long after you." Dude, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Well, it's like, hey guys, I know I'm making these cards, right? Yeah. Could I write the flavor text? Sure. Gives them back. Dude, this is in German. Yeah, and I
9?
yes, Blake, you can get the owl bear as a playmat.
Oh, I want it so bad. Oh, that Okay, I just looked up Vulcan Baga because I just wanted to see his art because I
Yeah.
didn't know. I wasn't familiar with a lot of it. And one of my favorite cards, Archfiend of Depravity, such a good card, and that's pretty sweet art on there.
That's an I can't even.
That's
That
the thing
is an I can't even.
that's the thing I do like about like the secret layers. It's like, here's this artist. I'm like, that's cool art. Google. Oh shit, they have a lot of good stuff. I'd like to buy a lot of
Oh,
your
he did
prints
that.
now. I have a stack of prints in my room that it's like I need to get these framed and put up on my. I think I have about like 20. It's just gonna get my own house, and you're gonna
Yeah.
walk in, and all you see are all these magic prints.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
there's so
no.
many that he's did that I like. Sorry,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know if you
just-
guys know this, but he actually did the collector edition mana crypt from Kaladesh Inventions. He did the masterpiece for it.
Oh my god! So the Chris Ron guy, he did the new art of Black Lotus, but he did my boy, my son, my pale golden fanged boy. They did Tassiker. I have.
Okay.
For-
Okay. One thing about hold on. Let me go back.
Go ahead, yeah.
Let me go back to the list. With all right. One thing I have a problem with. Rule the Room.
Mhm.
Why the hell didn't they put Kenrith in there? That's BS, and they missed out. That
And
is a
which one?
missed opportunity.
Oh, and the
It's,
royal.
Rule the Room.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did not put Kenrith in there. That is a huge letdown.
Is Rule the Room a like? Oh, here's the no. It's not an artist choice, is it? It's just one they put together.
No.
hmm
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they put in Arcanus,
Yep.
which it's a cool printing of him. I don't think it's worth anything. It's not worth anything, but he's
No.
in there. But
Although
I
he
think that they
apparently-
could have easily had taken out. They could have taken out Arcanus, and they should have put in Kenrith, and then they should have made a really cool art for Kenrith.
Oh yeah,
That's what I
100%.
think they should have done.
Yeah, we don't need more Kenrith out there.
Yeah, but it takes them 8 months to ship it, so
8? It's like a year now.
Oh,
I think mine are coming in August here for the last two. I believe
My buddy ordered the Street Fighter one because he's a big Street Fighter fan, and I still don't think he's gotten it.
that's a licensed one though. That'll take a little bit, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. I'm glad that we're back. What?
That was a fun discussion.
Yes, it was. Just, a little refresher. We're back into this. We're gonna try to keep uploading weekly. Hopefully
I
get
think
together.
that was a lot better than what we had normally, especially with the cameras. We didn't have to worry about setting up cameras. We just jump in Discord and we bring in Craig, and then we
Yeah,
can
that
just
was-
chat.
For sure. We could maybe
Yeah.
do some gameplay.
Yeah,
Spell Table
no,
gameplay.
Hey, that requires cameras. What the fuck?
but yeah, hopefully
I
we'll
gave you a
be able
webcam.
to, you don't have an
It's
excuse
true.
anymore.
I don't
Sorry.
want to use it. Okay.
Anyway, we can do. I think we should do this more though. This is easy. This is fun.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get back into a consistent uploading schedule of once a week. And hopefully maybe soon if we get together and we actually decide to record, we can get some gameplay videos up. Maybe they'll be digital. But I've been Broderick.
I've been Blake.
Who? I guess I've been Dylan, but I still need friends. Need more friends. Always looking. Always searching.
Yeah. And thank you for tuning in to the Minnesota Magic Podcast, and we'll catch you later. Bye.